So as I talk about on our weekly webinars and as described on our About page, DecisionVault came out of a problem that my wife faced in her practice, which was how to capture contacts in such a way that we can move them over into the draft platform and use them there straight away without having to re-enter all that data. So that's what the first version of DecisionVault did. It helped the attorney build up a questionnaire like this, move the data, like add out extra questions you might want to add, and then capture the contacts and move them over to their other tools. And when we tried to like get some pilot users using that, I got some pushback and the question, but what about my asset intake? And I learned that asset intake is an area with almost even more copy pasting than goes on with handling all those contacts and getting contact details into the other systems. Because there isn't really a good way to do asset intake normally. If you try to build up an intake form in your case management or your legal CRM, then there's no other way than really putting free text fields and then hoping that the client fills in the information that you need. There's no good way to, at a glance, see whether these clients have a taxable estate problem. And if you wanted to use that information to build funding instructions, then you're up to the task of getting all that data out of that text fields into some kind of a structure to then describe what they should do with their assets. So instead, what we've done with DecisionVault is add a specific section to do the asset intake. Then it looks like this. Now, when this is empty, when there's nothing captured, and the client will first get a series of questions that ask, do you have a house? Yes, no, a car, a vehicle, a life insurance. And that makes it, with some yes, no questions, a lot faster to get to a personalized list of these blue bars. And then the client can use that to start building up the inventory of their assets. You control what the categories are. You can fully customize what the different questions are that get asked here. And the tool does capture the information in a structured way so that, for instance, for the house here, I have an estimated value and a mortgage balance, and then DecisionVault will automatically calculate what the net asset value is and roll it all up. So we have immediately, at a glance, the total net worth of this client or this client couple. Also, as part of this, the tool can receive files, so the client can provide files right here in the asset intake. So that nicely keeps together the financial information on, let's say, the bank accounts and a list of statements for each of those accounts. When the client has submitted this to you, you get a notification, and then from the attorney backend, you can look at a preview of the assets, and you can see also the download links here for those files. You can run an export of this asset sheet, which exports an Excel sheet that looks like this. So as you can see, this is a lot easier to deal with than free text inputs from a client. You can kind of see at a glance what the totals are for each category and overall. When people are married, it adds this area highlighted in green where it splits out and shows how property is distributed between the spouses. And then all of these are formulas. So people take this and turn it into like little simulations of pre and post planning. We put this in a trust or not. And since it is already in a table, it's easy to take this and turn it into funding instructions. So that's how financial intake works with DecisionVault.